All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I am Jan, a Knicks fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we do, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment. You want to know when the next video going to drop? Hit the notification bell. So we're going to jump right into this video. Y'all seen the thumbnail, and we're going to jump right into it. It's not going to be a long video. But I'm going to voice my opinions, my concerns, and I think a lot of people are wrong about the upcoming season. You hear people talking about all the Knicks got to do is this, that, and we right back in contention. I disagree. But let's get right to Miles McBride. We all know right after we traded Emmanuel Quickly and R.J. Barrett, the New York Knicks made that extension offer to him. He signed it, 3 years, $13 million. My feeling, and I think this, it's a good move. Let's be real. It's for the Knicks organization, franchise, salary cap wise. It was a very good move, but it was a sneaky move. And what I mean by a sneaky move, and honestly, I'm not hating on Tom Thibodeau, but everything's going to revert right back to Tom Thibodeau or revolve around Tom Thibodeau. Management have a little, to play in it too, but it all comes back to Tom Thibodeau because he's the coach. He's the guy that's right there with the players, you know what I'm saying? And he's supposed to always be fighting for his players and not just be a company man. You won't win a championship if you're just a company man. And what I mean by that, if you're a coach, you have to have some type of rapport with your players and not just the ones you feel are the stars on the team. Everybody got to feel like, hey, I can come and talk to the coach. And that's the only way a team can be really successful. All right, so with that being said, let's just talk about how they pulled the fast one on McBride. Because if you think about it, McBride averaged 8 points, 1.5 rebounds, and 1.7 assists. I'm not going to jump all the way into his stats, shooting percentage and field goal percentage, 3 point. I'm not going to get into that. But we all know and we all seen what McBride is capable of. And in my opinion, I think he can be a low-key starter or a bench player. I don't know, really, you know what I'm saying? But what I do know, he can contribute to a team. He can be an important piece coming off the bench. And let me backtrack. He can be a starter because we've seen him start. And when he starts, he plays some really good basketball. He plays good defense. He plays good offense. So he could be a starter. I'm not saying he will ever be an all-star, but he could be a starter, like a Jeff Teague, in my opinion. If Jeff Teague was ever an all-star, hit me up in the comments because I don't remember Jeff Teague being an all-star. But he could be one of them type players, one of them point guards that, is good but never made that big leap. But back to how I think, you know what I'm saying? And down the line, I think McBride will realize, I got screwed, you know what I'm saying? And it goes back to Tibbs. And what I mean by this, because it's all about the minutes. Now, this is kind of funny because it reverses. And we talk about how Tibbs overplay his star players and, the players that the Knicks need down the stretch. And I'm going to get into that a little bit later. But he didn't give his man the minutes that he deserved. And it was kind of like watching the Emmanuel Quickly saga play out all over again. I'm tired of that with this coach. A coach is supposed to be able to recognize talent and know when to interject that talent into the team when the team is needed. Not just because next man up. I'm tired of that cliche. I'm being honest. I am tired of hearing next man up. Hold on for a second. I am tired of hearing that cliche. I'm tired of next man up, especially when you're not giving the next man the sufficient amount of minutes to be successful. You know what I'm saying? But this right here, and I'm not gonna say it was a ploy. I'm not saying that this was their plan all along. But it cost Miles McBride millions. You know what I'm saying? Millions. Like I said, it's 3 years, $13 million. And we seen what he did throughout the playoffs. Even when he got his starts, when Jalen Brunson got hurt, we seen what he's capable of. So this is why I say they jerked him. You know what I'm saying? Miles McBride got screwed because that $13 million could easily be 3 years, $22 million, $25 million. It could have been in the 20s. You know what I'm saying? Even if not in the 20s, it could have been more than 13. It could have been at least 18 million, maybe 17 million. And in my opinion, I feel like McBride felt he had no other option because you think about how Tibbs was utilizing the guy. Like I said, wasn't giving him the proper minutes. Teams wasn't getting to see what he was really capable of. So he had said, this is a business. I'm trying to make as much money as I can in this business because you have players that want to win championships and you have players that just want to be rich. Let's be real. And McBride, he looked at it from a business point of view standpoint, excuse me, and he decided, and maybe his agent, like, yo, 13 million, your rookie contract is almost up. You barely made any money. So that 13 million, it looked real good in his eyes. So he jumped at it. You know what I'm saying? He jumped at it, knowing that he wasn't getting the minutes that he deserved. Now, I don't know if that was designed by the organization, so because they knew free agency was coming up and they had to have a bargaining chip. But like I said, for the franchise, this move worked out well. But for Miles McBride, it sucks. I'm just gonna be real. It really sucks. He got screwed because we see how valuable he is to this team. A lot of people keep talking about what the Knicks need, and they don't talk about what the Knicks have. And what they have is a very capable backup in Miles Deuce McBride. All right. If y'all with me on that, hit me in the comments and let me know how y'all feel about Miles McBride. Do y'all think he's capable of ever being a starting point guard for the New York Knicks? And the reason I say that, because it's going to go back to Tibbs. Tibbs have a problem with overplaying his players, his stars. And I'm going to be real. I don't think Brunson's going to last. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just throwing that out there right now. I don't know how many more years Brunson is going to want to play under Tibbs. All right, because I talked about that, let's just hit that free agency up and talk about our free agents. Now, we have a host of free agents, not just Anunoby, Isaiah Hartenstein, and Burks and Achua. You have Sims, then you have my man Shake Middleton. He's gone. Jeffries. You have a couple of guys, that's about to hit the market. So, but I didn't put them up here because we're going to talk about the core group of guys that help us get to where we got to this season, number 2 seed. Burks, I think Burks is gone. Burks already switched agents. So I think Burks is gone. He got about $10 million this year. And I think he's going to have a pay drop, and he's going to blame Tibbs for that. I'm being honest. He's going to blame Tibbs. A lot of y'all could say, oh, he played like shit. But like I said, if you're only getting on the court and only playing 5-6 minutes throughout the game, 9 minutes, you're going to play like shit, or it's going to look like you play like shit, because if you miss a shot, you're not getting another shot in this office because we run so much isolation with Jalen Brunson or even with Julius Randle. It don't leave that many shots for other guys. So Burks is definitely out of here. I would like to see him stay, honestly, a role player. Achua, he's down there. When it comes to money, you know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about the salary cap. I'm not going to get into the salary cap. He's down there like $3 million a year. So this is not going to be a top priority for the New York Knicks. That's how they're going to look at it. And it just might cost them, because I like Achua coming off the bench. He give us a guy who can play damn near every position on defense. He's not really an offensive threat, but I think he could if he worked on his game. But he's not a rookie no more, so he hit his plateau. But I still like him rebound, defensive-wise, and size. The Knicks need size. Let's be real. We need size. He can even play that power forward, even a small forward, or the center if need be. But we do know he can guard multiple positions. But he's going to, I don't know. Achua, I don't know, because I don't see how the rest of the NBA is looking at him, how they viewing his services. So I know what I do know. He's going to probably be a last priority, not a top priority for the New York Knicks, in which we might wind up losing. Like I said, Burks is out here. Now, the two important guys is OG Anunoby and Isaiah Hartenstein. And the reason I think Isaiah Hartenstein is out of here is because, let's face it, he just got married last summer. The Knicks, salary cap wise, can only offer him $16 million. And I think teams going to be hitting him with that $20 million plus. You know what I'm saying? 4 years. The Knicks probably could want to throw 3 years, $16 million. Teams going to be like, yo, we give you 3 years, $24 million. You know what I'm saying? 25 million, 26 million. 4 years, 30 million. And you have to think about his age. He going to want to cash in on another contract, at least 2 more contracts, you know what I'm saying, before his career is over. And every year that money that money look funny. When I ain't talking about funny ass, I mean funny ass, laughing your ass to the bank funny. You know what I'm saying? That money look real good. So Isaiah Hartenstein, I think he's gone. I'm gonna be real with you. Cap wise, that's gonna be a big part. I don't think he have a problem playing under Tom Thibodeau. I think he actually loved playing under this coach. I don't think he have a problem with the minutes, because throughout his career, he wasn't getting the minutes that he deserved. So he's all right. He's not too bothered about that, injury thing. But we're gonna get into that. But OG Anunoby, he gone. I'm just gonna say it like that. In my opinion, because you have to look at what he did for the New York Knicks, and contending teams with money is gonna be looking at him and saying, yo, we can use that guy. 30, 40 million is what he's looking for. Even if he get to $30 million per year, that's going to make him the highest paid Knick. So I don't know. We're going to have to, for the Knicks to keep him, there's going to have to be a lot of maneuvering with the books because we are already over the salary cap. I know some people talking about Brunson is willing to take that extension and give the Knicks a break. I don't see it coming. For me, that's just talk. When I hear it, that's just talk because Jalen Brunson is he's a smart guy and he knows this is a business. And he's going to try to get every dollar he can get before he get out this business. And not only that, and I'm going to say it again, he's playing for Tibbs. So I'm going to save whenever I say he's playing for Tibbs, I'm going to save all that until I get to Tibbs, all right? But OG is going to get an offer from another team, and I see somebody like Dallas, you know what I'm saying? I don't really know that. The thing about it, I didn't go over everybody's salary cap, so I don't know every team's salary cap, but I see teams like Dallas, especially if they don't win the championship. I see teams like Denver or even the Clippers. Teams are going to really be looking at Anunoby. They're going to be moving money around. The Hawks, Philadelphia, I'm being real with you. The Knicks is going to lose out because not only that, and it's going to all roll back to Tom Thibodeau. Players do not like Tom Thibodeau. I don't care what a lot of y'all say, I think is a myth or whatever. We're going to get into that. I got a couple of clips I want y'all to hear. A lot of players do not like playing under Tom Thibodeau. They talk to players that play for Tom Thibodeau, and they don't like it. You know what I'm saying? And then if you think about today's game and the market, guys want to get that money before their careers is over. And playing for Tom Thibodeau, you won't have a chance to earn your full potential. When I ain't talking about your game, but when I say you're earning potential power, because it's not a given that your career, that your body's going to hold up under Tom Thibodeau. And that's just real. And because we're talking about that, let's just get right into Tom Thibodeau. It's his style, a sustainable style of coaching. And I'm going to be real. I don't think so. I'll come right out and I say no from the top. And y'all been hearing me complain about this coach. And I know a lot of you going to say, well, we number 2 in the C, got it to the playoffs 3 or 4 times since he's been here. And all that is good. You know what I'm saying? But do you just want to be good or do y'all want to be a champion? We want to be good, but I want to be a champion. And I think if Tibbs had a better system, I'm going to leave the defense out, but the better way, just play his team, his star players less. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people like to say, oh, Tibbs, he do the best with what he got, and that's a lie. That's a lie. So I want to play some clips real quick.
Having a conversation of whether or not he's an excellent coach. He's an excellent coach. Yes. I don't even think we're having a question of whether or not he is a huge part of the reason they got where they got. I think
the clip is about a minute 40 something seconds. Let's just watch this clip. Listen to it real quick.
Exactly what the question is on the screen, because it keeps happening everywhere he goes. This happens.
The reason it's important is because the Knicks need a star player.
Hold on for right there. Now, Wardrobe, whatever his name is, you got Lega, you got my man Greeny there, and Jay Williams, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all love Monica McNutt. I'm not gonna lie, y'all really do enjoy watching her commentary and everything. I like her spirit for the New York Knicks. But I don't agree with what she got to say. So with that being said, let's just listen to this clip. But one thing I want to say is how Brian Wojnarowski, if I'm pronouncing that, Brian, whatever his name is, but he is contradicting himself. And you're going to hear it in this clip. So let's just hear it, and then I'm going to give you my commentary on that and what I think and why I agree with Jay Williams in this, and I agree with Greeny. Them the only 2 guys that's talking real sense. Everybody else is talking nonsense, all right? They're talking mad nonsense. Let's go.
To Legs' point earlier about Carlisle, you look at this roster. It if this roster were not to change, it needs to be sustainable because you only have one guy. Well, if Julius Randle's healthy, you have two guys that then can draw a double team, which is a fundamental principle when it comes to Tibbs.
All right, let me stop it right there. Like I said, I like Monica McNutt, but she's dead wrong right there. Because I just got finished talking about Miles McBride, and even if you want to talk about R.J. Barrett or Emmanuel Quicken, y'all gonna say, oh, these guys and borderline bums. A lot of y'all ain't like R.J. Barrett. A lot of y'all love Emmanuel quickly. But what I'm trying to say, Bondonovic, Burks, we had players that we could have used. We don't see the thing with Tibbs. He don't have any offensive. He don't know how to run offense. Everything is defense, and he worked these guys so hard that they don't have nothing left on offense. It's just we're going to do ISO. We're going to let Julius Randle do what he got to do. We're going to let Jalen Brunson do what he got to do. It's no set screen, no set offense, and this is why this team is not going to get over that hump. I mean, he's a good coach, but he's just that. He's a good coach. He's not a great coach.
But with this group, you had to hang your hat on the defensive end.
That's a lie.
You had to play your stars big moments.
That's
now,
a lie.
They grab whoever the big fish is in this offseason, and they've got more firepower offensively. Does Tibbs have the ability to adapt? I believe so in this era.
I stopped it right there because I said Brian contradicts himself. Here you go where he contradicts himself at.
Star may not necessarily want to come here if he's going to play that many minutes. That is the challenge.
By the way, coming off Minnesota and coming off Chicago, you do hear a lot of rumblings from higher-end players. Like, I don't know if that style is sustainable for somebody.
Higher end in age or in productivity, because that's the young guys starting to take over.
All right, another thing that Monica, when I said, like, let me let Monica finish, and then I'm gonna come back to my opinion.
Okay, well give me the player that you think wouldn't mind playing those type of minutes throughout the course of the season.
I mean, of course he's not available, but a guy like Ant who just
makes no sense. Women always do that. They always do that just to try to win an argument.
So now we're gonna take
They'll bring something up that makes no sense. That's irrelevant.
I understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about one guy who's actually becoming the face of the league.
All right, let's talk about what they just got finished talking about. We jump right back to Tibbs. I don't agree with what Monica McNutt said. I'm not trying to sound like a male chauvinist pig, but she was more emotional than factual. She just snapped that. I know y'all couldn't see the video. It's just basically me putting what's coming up. But if y'all to watch that video, I'm pretty sure some of y'all seen that segment. But you see how she snapped that J. Will and the way she laid back. I know she's a company man and she's there for the New York Knicks to say the right thing. But what she said was bullshit. I'm gonna be real with you. What she said was bullshit. And then I go with my man Brian. He's talking about how stars not gonna want to play for the Knicks. And this is what a lot of y'all guys, because y'all keep talking about Donovan Mitchell, Kevin Durant. Y'all keep throwing all these names out there. But in reality and truth, guys do not want to play for Tibbs. Guys don't like playing for Tibbs. And if you watch games where players that play for Tibbs play against Tibbs, they try to destroy Tibbs' team. Like, come on, Jimmy Butler really never had that much hate for the New York Knicks until Tibbs started coaching his team. So there's something about Tibbs and his play. We don't hear it, and I'm not going to get into it because I don't have any facts about it. But guys actually resent this coach. Now, let's go back to Derrick Rose, all right? Look at Derrick Rose that year, the MVP. You know what I'm saying? Chicago balling now. I think they had 62 wins. I mean, the last time they won like 60-something games, they won the championship. What happened? Who beat them? Orlando Magic went into the championship. They beat them. Derrick Rose blew out his AOC. In that game, they was up 20 points. There was no reason for Derrick Rose to be in the game. There was no reason for Derrick Rose to be in the game. I got a chart up here, right here. I got a chart up. And you see Derrick Rose. You see Luol Deng, you see Joakim Noah, Jimmy Butler, Karl Towns. You see the minutes these guys played these dudes, and you see the way all these guys' career went. If I really believe that if Tibbs didn't get out of Minnesota, it would have been a problem. I really do believe that if he didn't get out of Minnesota, Karl Anthony Towns probably would be on the down end of his career. That's just my opinion. This is how I feel. And some of y'all know it's true. And the reason I said that, let's just listen to this next clip right here for a second.
Look, following what people are saying on social media is, and by that I just mean people, anyone with an account is generally a dangerous practice, right? Because anyone can say anything they want. But if you're following the end of it's a 20-point game, game 6 Friday night, knowing they have a 40-hour turnaround, it is a 20-point game in the fourth quarter, and he's got all his guys out there. And that's what people are
That's what people are complaining about. He got all his guys out there when there's no reason for them to be out there. And when Monica McNutt say, oh, we got to play these guys this amount of time because that's all we got, that's bullshit. And excuse my French, but y'all know I don't like to curse, but lately I've been cursing a lot. That's bullshit. Because if he was a coach, if he was such a good coach, if he had a little bit of offense in him, he would know what to do with the players we got. This guy sitting on the bench that he could have put in the game, like I said, fact or fiction. I'm not saying that we should get rid of Tom Thibodeau, but what I'm saying is this, in my opinion, I think this is more fact than fiction, is that under Tom Thibodeau, guys don't last to 30 years old. You know what I'm saying? They start breaking down under this guy. His motto, next man up. Okay, cool. But you gotta give the next man minutes so that he can be ready and prepared when his time is up. I don't like the way this coach. I mean, as an assistant coach, I think he's a hell of an assistant coach because he's gonna be only concentrating on defense. But when it comes to being the man that run the show, we seen where he gets. Like I said, we seen where he gets the team at. Now, you want to say that we surpass expectations, and I'm gonna say that's because we have the players. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to talk about what the New York Knicks need. Do Indiana have three-star, or did they just beat us? And y'all gonna talk about the injuries, but again, how do we get the injuries? Because we have a coach that don't know how to coach. I'm just gonna say it like that. He's no defense, but he don't know anything else. So I can't say he's a 100% coach. I don't know, man. All I know is that I ain't gonna say I know definitely, but I think the New York Knicks are gonna be in trouble next year. I think we're gonna be headed towards the lottery. I'm being real with you. I don't think that his style of coaching is sustainable. That's just my opinion. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. And with that being said, I want everybody to stay safe, stay healthy. God bless and peace.